Hi, welcome to my channel. So before I get started, you may notice that I'm a bit higher than usual. That's because I have got myself a beanbag because I kept getting pins and needles in my videos when I was sat on the floor. Now I'm a bit higher, hopefully I will be a bit more comfy while I film my videos. You may just notice that I might be switching position during my next few videos just so I get the right position to be comfy and get the best video for you guys. So today I'm going to be doing my top 10 most popular books on Goodreads. I saw this when Get Bookish did a version. I don't know if it was top 5 or top 10, but I'm going for top 10 just because I really found it interesting seeing which ones are the most popular books. These are the most popular due to the amount of ratings they have on Goodreads. And when I went through them, a lot of them are books that I don't literally have a physical copy of. I don't know whether that's good or bad, but I can't wait to show you which ones are very popular, and I might do ones that are not very popular later if I get stuck for a video. I'm also really interested in seeing the most popular and least popular of the books that I have already read, but I'm guessing Harry Potter will be up there quite a bit, so that might be a bit too obvious. But anyway, I'm just going to get straight on into it because again this might be a long one, so I do apologise for these videos. And also, like I mentioned, these are books that I don't physically have the copy of, and I use iMovies to edit videos, and for some reason you can't put photos up, which is really annoying, so I'm going to have to show you the books on my phone. So I don't know how good this will work, so I do apologise in advance if it doesn't work as good as I think it will. And I am going to be going from number 10 all the way up to number 1, and then the most popular book on my TBR. So number 10 is The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova, I believe that is. So this got my attention because in the blurb it mentioned Dracula. And if you know me, you know my favourite classic is Dracula by Bram Stoker. So this is a must for me. From what I know about it, it's about a young girl who finds a book and she wants to find more information about her father and also her mother's disappearance, and I believe it leads her to Russia and then to Dracula, and that's all I know about it. But what's putting me off reading it is the fact that 1, I don't know much about this book, and 2, this is over 700 pages and I don't really get along well with long books. I am a bit worried about it. My friend read it and marked it as DNF because she couldn't get into it, and that's another thing that's really worrying me about this book. But I have a bigger interest in Dracula, so I'm hoping that this book will be a bit better for myself. If not, I may have to go the audiobook route. Number 9 on this list is Perfume by Patrick Suskind. I have no idea if that is right, but before I get into this, just look at how pretty that cover is. I need this edition. This is the edition on my book depository wish list, so if someone ends up buying me this book, I need this cover because just look at it, it is so pretty. All I know about this book and what got me interested in this book is this is about an orphan who has an incredibly good sense of smell, and he loves the smell of virgins. He basically wants to create a perfume smelling of virgins, and this leads him on a killing spree, killing virgins. That is all I know about it, but it just sounded very interesting, so obviously I want to give it a go. Number 8 on this list is The Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. This is a book that I've always been interested in. With Agatha Christie, I am more interested in her Miss Marple books, just because I watch all the Miss Marple series on ITV and I love it. I haven't watched many of the Pyro, I can't pronounce his name. I haven't watched much of those just because they don't interest me as much as Miss Marple. But Murder on the Orient Express is a classic, so this is definitely one that I have to read. I watched the film at the end of July and the ending did disappoint me. I expected it to be a lot better, but I still want to read the original text just to see what it's like and just to see what Agatha Christie's writing is like, so I do want to read more of her works. Number 7 on this list is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson, and this is the only book on this list where I have a physical copy. I really want to get this read this year, but what's putting me off is that I'm not 100% sure of the plot. What I believe this is about is if the Dark Lord won and there's a group of people who's wanting to basically depose of the Dark Lord and get everything back to normal. That's all I know about it. Please tell me more because I really want to read this. You need to really explain it to me so that I know what I'm getting myself into. I know someone has said that the magic system is a bit complicated and that is what's worrying me as well. But I basically only wanted to read this series because 1, I want to get into more adult fantasy, and 2, the covers are so pretty. I love how simple they are and there's just like this one bit of colour. I love them so much. I want to get this read. Please, please, please persuade me to pick this up very, very soon. Number 6 on this list is The Other Boleyn Girl by Philippa Gregory. As you know, I am reading the Plantagenet and Tudor novels, one every month this year. The Other Boleyn Girl is the 9th book in the series, so I will be reading this in September, so this will be off this list pretty soon. This is also the most popular book in the series because it's the only book on this list. From what I know about this follows Anne Boleyn's sister, Mary Boleyn, and she was King Henry VIII's first mistress. She in fact got pregnant by him and gave birth to a son. Unfortunately it's a bastard son, so he wouldn't become King of England, but when she is in confinement giving birth to this son, she comes back to court and realises he's been courting her sister, the famous Anne Boleyn. So it all follows Mary and how she's coping with this, and I think it'll be really good because what I like about Philippa Gregory is that she takes these women who are very overshadowed, sometimes by men, in this case by women, and she gives them a voice and basically shows how powerful these women are as well. So I can't wait to give this a go in September, 9th month, 9th book, and I can't wait to get the most famous book in the series read, and I just hope it lives up to its expectations. Number 5 on the list, so we're halfway there, is The Nightingale by Christian Hannah. This got me interested because it's set in France during World War II and there's Nazis. That's all you need to do to get me into a book. I love anything set around either World Wars, World War I or World War II, but if it's got Nazis in, I'm going to love it. But I believe this follows 2 sisters. One of them goes into the rebellion against the Nazis with disastrous consequences. I've had my eye on it for a while and it's such a pretty cover. I do really, really want it. I just haven't picked it up yet, and I really hope it's as good as I think it is. Number 4 is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I think that's how you pronounce it, Rothfuss, I'm not too sure. But this is another adult fantasy like the Miss Bond series that I really want to read. It's been recommended to me a few times, so I think it is one that I will like. Again, I'm just really worried about getting into adult fantasy and I don't know why. I loved Game of Thrones, so I don't know why it's put me off at all the others. What I think this is about is an orphan who is a fugitive because he tried killing the king. That's all I know about it, and I believe there's a magic school he tried to get into and he didn't. That's all I know, which is probably why I'm a bit worried about picking it up. Adult fantasy, I think I need to know more about it to be able to have the confidence to pick it up. So if you have read this, please explain it in a bit more detail, just so I have the confidence to pick it up, because I think it is a big book as well, which is another thing that worries me. Like I said earlier, big books I don't get along with, so please just explain it to me so that I can pick it up. It's got good reviews on Goodreads. I'm just a worrier. Number 3 is Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. Is that how you pronounce it? But anyway, Jurassic Park is one of my favourite non-Disney movies. I love it. The original is a classic. It is amazing. And I was an idiot because I only realised this was the book last year when I actually watched the introduction and I saw the words based on the book by Michael Crichton. I cannot pronounce that name. As soon as I realised it was based on a book, I wanted to read it. So I really want to get this read. The only problem is I don't like any of the covers that are out there. I think this is my favourite one so far just because it's quite simple. A lot of the books have this awful green on them. I just want a cover which maybe has the movie logo on. That's it. If you for some reason don't know what this is about a theme park that has basically reawoken dinosaurs and it all goes to pot. That's all you need to know. It is a classic. Either watch the film or give the book a go, but the film is definitely a classic. If you haven't watched it, where have you been? So the second book on this list is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, which is probably up here because the TV show is so popular. I haven't watched the TV show, believe it or not. The TV show does interest me, I just don't want to watch it, but I think I'll be more interested in the book. I have read Margaret Atwood's Hagseed, her retelling of The Tempest, which did interest me, and I am wanting to give this a go because people say she's a very good author. I've just never been interested in any of her works, but this interested me when I found out it was set in the future where women's job is just to breed, basically, to give birth, and that's all I know about it, but I still want to read it because it sounds very, very interesting, and I think this will end up being one of those you must read this book kind of thing. And the most popular book on my TBR that is the only book that has had over 1 million reviews, which is amazing, is The Time Traveller's Wife by, let me try and pronounce this, Audrey Niffenga? I have no idea. I apologise sincerely, I cannot pronounce that name. This is one where I think I watched the film with my boyfriend last year, it might have been earlier this year. I loved the film, now I want to see what the book is like. If you don't know what this is about, I think lots of people have seen the film. Not too sure, you might be like me, you might have not seen it yet. Well, I saw it last year, but you may be a bit behind the times like I am. This follows a couple where the male in the relationship seems to have a bit of trouble staying in the right time. He tends to slip in and out of time for some reason that I can't really remember. And his wife, girlfriend, literally has to go up with it. What I remember from the film is that sometimes there were some funny parts, really emotional, and I just want to see what the original text is like. I want to give it a read so I can say, yeah, I've watched the film and I've also read the book. That's all I know about it, but to say it's got over 1 million reviews and the majority of the views are really good. I think this has 4.5 stars, so to have 1 million reviews and it still almost have 5 stars, this must be a pretty amazing book. I have such high hopes for it, but again, I think it is about 700 pages, I'm not 100% sure. So that is another big worry, because like I've said a few times, big books do worry me. Might end up being an audiobook, I'm not too sure, but it is definitely one of the books I have to read. And I am a bit shocked, I didn't realise it was that popular. I don't know whether it became popular because of the film or whether it's always been popular, I'm not sure. I definitely want to give this a go. Those are my most popular books on my TBR and I just found it really interesting. I think I will do a least popular one just because it'd be interesting to see which ones are those. But a lot of them will probably be books that haven't been released yet, which may make it a bit awkward. But I definitely want to do a most popular ones that I've read and a least popular books that I've read, just because least popular ones I can probably get them out there a bit, get more people to read them, get more reviews, so I think that'll be a good thing to do. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling because again, this is a very long video and I do apologise. But if you want to have a go, feel free to maybe just link them down below as well, because I'd be interested to see what's the most popular books in everyone else's Goodreads, because I think this is really interesting. I have no idea who did the original, but thank you so much. So yeah, if you want to follow me on Goodreads, my link is down below along with my Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat, and I will see you later with a new video. Bye!